Hello guys, this is Radio69501 and welcome to my channel. And also welcome to my futures and recap. So on this video I'm gonna give you the recap or my thoughts. Futures and issue number 19, issue number 20, and 21. And before I start, I have to say that this video is gonna be very interesting, believe me. So on issue number 18, the end of it was, well, not a big deal. So issue number 20, number 19, it starts with the Batman from the future that he was trying to get into the terrific building, tried to steal something. Well, they did it. The thing is that one of the members of his team, which happened to be the woman called Plastique, she saw something that she was not supposed to see, and she kind of freaked out. And by freaking out, she tripped the alarm system. The thing is that, remember the beginning of Futures End, when the Batman of the future came here? When the Batman of the future went back in time 5 years, which happened to be 5 years on the future of us and 5 years on the past with Superman, that small android went through the wormhole with him. Okay. The thing is that Plastique, she managed to get into some kind of like a lab room or something, and she saw that android that we saw at the beginning of this story arc. The thing is that android, half human, half machine, half whatever, half toaster, well, it happens to be her from the future, and she got freaked out. That's how she tripped the alarm. She's wondering why. So 5 years from now, 20 years from now, Plastique, she will be half human, half android. So from there, Batman came to her rescue, and that was it. She's all sad and all that. Okay, now from there we go to Metropolis. In Metropolis we see that Lois Lane, she's talking to her boss about publishing the scoop about Superman. That Superman is dead. That the Superman that everybody know here is not the real one. That Superman actually died. So the thing is that she has a small interview with Superman, and she's talking to him, saying, "Look, I know that you're Shazam, so why you keeping the disguise? Why you gonna quit your own identity just to keep someone else's identity alive? What's the point of it?" So Shazam tells her, well, the reason is because the shield on my chest, or Superman's chest, the S, that's a symbol that people need to keep seeing, because the world cannot be without a Superman. If people know that Superman is still alive, well, that would give him some kind of security, maybe I can call it that way. So Shazam tells her that she's gonna publish. So here you get to find out that why the reason Shazam is keeping, or he has the disguise as Superman. You get to know why. Now, once that you finish reading this, you have to read. Like I told you, this is going to be a very interesting video. You have to read, here it is. Superman Futures End number 1. Why you gotta read this one? Well, because here tells you the reason why Shazam took the disguise or the identity of Superman that is going on right here. You get to know the whole story, why Shazam is doing what he's doing over here. believe it or not. Believe me, it's connected. That's why, like I said, it's very interesting video. So, to find out more about why Shazam, the reasons behind he becomes Superman, you gotta read this one. If you don't want to know why, then don't buy it. So after that, we go to outer space. Remember when Hamilton he built a ship with a bunch of superheroes to try to rescue what was left of the Stormwatch team a couple of weeks back? Well, the thing is that they supposedly crash landed in some kind of planet. And then an entity shows up, which calls himself, kind of long name. He calls himself, I am the one of Storm Lords. I represent the Stormwatch Shadow Academy. Some kind of like an energy being, kind of. So the thing is that they are talking. So this Storm Lord is explaining Hamilton about where his team is, because they crash landed. Because what Hamilton did was he shrinked the team in the size of an atom, so they can go through a phantom zone to get there closer. Otherwise, if they decide to go all the way around, well, we take them twice as long the distance. I know. So anyway, so Hamilton believes that his team is dead, but this Stormlord tells him, look, they are not dead. And that planet that they trashed, well, it's not a planet. Actually, it's a spaceship. So, kind of like Death Star. So, Hamilton is like, how that can be shit? The thing is, now this is another twist of the story, is that planet, it was built by Brainiac. Okay, here we go again. Brainiac. So Hamilton tells this Stormlord, they said, look, how can be Brainiac if Brainiac died a couple of years back? And Stormlord tells Hamilton, look, the one that supposed to be killed, well, he's just one of many, let's call it baby Brainiacs, from the main Brainiac. It's like they have it's like, what I can understand is kind of like there's the main Brainiac, and then from there a bunch of babies comes out that goes all around the universe gathering data, which makes perfectly sense. So when I read that, I was like, okay. So to understand this Brainiac, now I got a question. Here comes the fun part. It is the same Brainiac that happens here or not? You see, because here is connected with future Sam. Because here we see Superman Doom, destroying the Brainiac here. And how Superman destroyed Brainiac? Just by taking Brainiac and throw him into some kind of like a black hole. Where in that black hole, that Brainiac ended up being what is called the multiverse, as we see here on the last page. Which I have a video, which I haven't uploaded yet, explaining this comic book. This is really good. So, this Brainiac here, on Doom 2, is the same Brainiac as they're talking here, or this Brainiac here, it is the main Brainiac, or just one of those baby Brainiac. They are probably all around the world. So, that's my question. So, what I think is that at the end of this book, where Brainiac goes into, or Superman push Brainiac into the black hole, he ends up where we see the last page, kind of like the multiverse. Maybe that's how Brainiac gathered all that data from different universes at the same time. I don't know. Just a theory. The writers, they're making this a little bit too complicated. but in a way complicated, but not too complicated. So the thing is that now to understand what's going on here, you do not need to buy this. If you wanna buy it, to understand what it means here on issue 19 about Brainiac, you can buy it. But like I said, I don't know if they're talking about the same Brainiac, okay, because here they talk about the Brainiac that they killed a few years back. But it is the same Brainiac here that is going to the future, into the multiverse, or one of those baby Brainiac on this issue, or the one appears on this comic book, it is the main Brainiac. So that's where I'm not sure. But overall, it's very interesting. So that was just a little part of it. So then after that, we go to Cadmon Island, where we see Deathstroke Ron escaping from the little girl and all that. Nothing special happened there. And then the story finished when Red Robin sees on the internet the story or the news about Superman not being real. That Superman is dead. So the Superman that everybody knew, Future Sam, happens to be Shazam disguised as Superman. That's why he's wearing a mask. Pretty neat, huh? But I hope that this video makes a little bit clear in some point of the story. So now we go to issue number 20, where we have the Joker's face. What appears to be the Joker's face, but it's not. So the thing is that here we see that Red Robin, he kind of breaks into Lois Lane's apartment, and they are talking. So here, they figure. So here, Lois Lane, she kind of like shows to Red Robin the little box that she got way back on this series when Lois Lane she got a box with some numbers and part of a Red Arrow and some other stuff that she actually thought that the numbers on that piece of paper, they were coordinates, and she took a plane and she went where those coordinates are. The thing is that it's just in the middle of the ocean and there's nothing unless that is underwater. Who knows? Hey, comic books, anything can happen. So the thing is that they're talking off the record. Off the record. So finally Red Robin figures out that Red Arrow is the one who's chasing or looking for Red Robin. And all that little box, because he knew that eventually Red Robin will meet up with Lois Lane. Lois Lane would give him or show him the box, and Red Robin will figure out what's going on. So basically, Red Arrow is searching for Red Robin. Believe it or not. So then from there we go to 30 years in the future. So 30 years in the future, we see Mr. Terrific standing tall on his building, looking out the window. And what he sees on the window, nothing. Just pure destruction. Wasteland. No man's land. There's nothing left. Only his building. Maybe one or two more buildings, but the main one is intact. The rest of it is being destroyed. So he's talking to one of those floating balls which connected with the Brother Eye. So 35 in the future, the Brother Eye is full functioning. So the end of it, so obviously this is the destruction of the planet Earth or something. So while they're talking with Brother Eye, they are talking, and Brother Eye show him like an image, as we see here on the cover. The thing is that the person that we see on the cover happens to be Bruce Wayne, 35 years in the future. Because the Batman from the future, in the beginning of this story, as we know, if you saw the TV show, Bruce Wayne got too old to become Batman, so he gave the cowl to this new kid from the future. So, because they want to get information, everything that has, because on the fighting of the war, Bruce Wayne was one of the generals. See what I mean? I mean, this story is getting so good. Maybe some of you might not understand it, but believe me, it's really good. So the thing is that since Bruce Wayne doesn't want to give it the information, so what they decide just kind of like they open up their skull and then they take in the information directly out of his brain. And then the image change where we see the smile of the Joker. So I believe this the last image on this page, which looks like the Joker, I think it's the Joker from the future from the TV show, cartoon TV show. So I will not be surprised. So the thing is that from there we go, there's a lot of back and forth. We go to Cadmon Island, nothing special going on there. Apparently one of the office, you know, the guy there, he decided to take all the security system, so that way Brother Eye can hear, because Brother Eye controls everything. So kind of like the little kid, the little brat, I never liked that kid. She kind of like, she wants to take out Brother Eye. And I don't know how. But if it is true, I will let you know how that will happen. So the thing is that we go back to Mr. Terrific 5 years in the future, interrogating the guys that they're breaking into their building. They say, look, I know that you break in, I know that somebody is your boss, and I want to know, and I want you to give me the name of your boss. So they kind of like look to each other, like, I don't know, I don't want to be a rat and all that. And well, eventually they decide to give it the name. The name of the boss of that small group of thieves, which included Plastique. Well, they give it the name, Bruce Wayne. So, there's another question. I mean, it's getting complicated, but it's getting good at the same time. I mean, what I do is that even though I read it weekly, then after 2 or 3 issues, I read those one after the other. And believe me, all makes a lot of sense. Because once that you read it, you might miss something. When you read it again, you beginning to see something that you missed the first time. So here, on issue number 21, we're almost halfway of this future end story arc, which is good. So here we go to Green Arrow Island. Now, on this comic book, specifically this comic book, you need to get it, because it tells you, it will tie up half of the story in one comic book. It tells you how the people got from Earth 2 to Earth, the consequences about them coming to Earth. Because you see, and also a lot of superheroes from Earth 2 died. Some of them sacrificed themselves. The thing is that Apocalypse, he attacked Earth 2. He wants to control the whole planet. So they figured out a way how to go from one dimension to the next. So they decide to come to Planet Earth, New 52. So when they went through the wormhole, a fleet of Demonites from Apocalypse, they also followed them. So the last ship, there were a couple of superheroes. They said, look, you just escape, take the civilian, we're going to stay behind, try to hold them up. And that's what they did. And what they did was they sacrificed themselves in a way. So they blew up their ship, taking a bunch of spaceships. Enemy spaceship. But the other half, they passed through. So the whole battle began in Planet Earth. We got superheroes from Earth 2 fighting the bad guys. We got New 52 superheroes fighting the bad guys. Even the world population, they were fighting against the bad guys. That was a war. Now, also here tells you that when the comic books talk, at least on this one, it gets into your mind that when they talk about the war, we might think, at least in my case, I thought that would last for years. But no, the war only lasted a couple of weeks. So the war itself just lasts a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Because for every bad guy that was fighting here on planet Earth, there were 10 humans against 1. So that's why the war only lasted a couple of weeks. The thing is that once that those heroes blow up themselves to try to take out most of the bad guys, Brother Eye took him out from the spaceship just the last second before they blow up and put him inside of Brother Eye. So now we got the superheroes that we thought that they were dead. They're not dead. They're inside Brother Eye, but they're all disoriented. They're all like, okay, what happened? And they're thinking that they are inside of the spaceship of the bad guys from Darkseid. Well, this time destroying the Brother Eye from the inside. So they thought they were doing good when actually they were doing bad. That's how the planet Earth security system was damaged. That's how everybody went back to Earth. The same thing happened with Stormwatch. The Stormwatch was created to avoid an attack from Brainiac, because they knew Brainiac was coming to planet Earth. Yeah, see the connection about everything, how everything's making sense. At least to me, my mind is making. To be honest with you, for me, everything's making perfectly sense. Oh, believe me. So, this is a very key issue. Get it. Because this is very important. Explain you everything that you want to know from mission number 1 up to here. You will understand everything. I would say this is like half of the story. And the thing is that the main story is not about the war, because the war only lasted a couple of weeks. It's after the war. And that was it, guys. So, well, guys, like I said, this is an excellent read. I love it, every single issue of it. I'm having fun reading it. And that's the main thing about reading comic books, just to have fun while you are reading. That's it. Simple. Well, guys, this is it. I hope that you like this video. Till then.